let's uncomplicate things as much as we can today. Let's get right into it. 4 easy steps, clear that skin, because I understand the struggle. I've been there, I've done that. Looked at this, looked at that, tried this, tried that. Nothing would work. My skin would get worse, I'd break out even more. It was just a nightmare. So, before we begin, we're going to want to figure out that skin type. I personally have combination. You'll have that oily sort of T-zone there with the rest being dry. The way you'll find out what skin type you are, simply wash your face, wait 10 minutes, and your skin should either overproduce oils and you'll be oily skin, or you'll feel a little bit of a stretch. You'll kind of wiggle your jaw a little bit and you'll feel a little bit of tension that is on the drier side, dry skin there. Once you have figured this step out, you have to decide for yourself, will I want to start on oily skin or dry skin? If you're on combination, I personally started on oily skin type. What I found is my skin was still extremely dry, so I started using the dry skin type products, and those have helped my skin stay healthy so I can keep reapplying the actives I will mention later on. So let's hop into it. Now we figure out that skin type, we'll start with step number 1. You will need a gentle cleanser. The reason you need a gentle one, not some scrub, not some chemical with salicylic, benzoyl. Go gentle, it's the way to go. We'll leave the chemicals for later. What I recommend, nice and simple and affordable, CeraVe. They hold a hydrating cleanser and a foaming cleanser. If you are on the oily side, give that foaming cleanser a try. It'll be nice and light, seep into your skin, make sure all that gunk comes out. If you are on the dry side, try that hydrating cleanser. It's what I personally use. Super nourishing, it's almost like a lotion, so it keeps a nice healthy layer going. Now that you have cleansed, we're going to go ahead and switch over to that moisturizer. Your moisturizer has to be moisturizing. Funny enough, right? See, for the longest I thought moisturizer were just gonna leave this gunk on my face and make more oils, and my acne was gonna get worse and worse. And what I found, that if I wasn't using a good moisturizer, my face struggled even more. It started to burn. I would sweat and I'd get irritated. My face would start to redden. So please use a moisturizer. If you're on the dry side, I recommend Skin Fix. They have a triple lipid peptide cream. It's what I personally use. It's extremely nourishing. Make sure your skin is nice and healthy. If you're on the oily side, go ahead and give Biossance Squalene Probiotic Gel Cream a try. This one I even use every so often when I'm going to the gym. I'm going to be active outdoors, going to the mountains and such. It's super thin. It goes on your skin, soaks right in. I've come to realize squalene products are really good at being light and soaking into that skin, so give that a try to make sure your skin is nice and replenished. So step number 1 and 2, you'll be doing twice a day, morning and night. Now I know we're not all perfect. I always miss nights. It's okay to miss one here and there. Just stay as consistent as you can, y'all. Remember that this is an end goal of clear skin. This is not a race. Be patient. Work with it. Morning, night. As consistent as you can. Now, moving on to step number 3, you'll be using your sunscreen. This will only be for your mornings, as you will be exposed to the sun and throughout the day. Sunscreen is extremely important. I know I had the common myth of believing if I put this on, it also blocks my pores. You absolutely need sunscreen. I cannot emphasize this enough. Get sunscreen. It prevents skin cancer and it prevents extra damage to your skin. You see, because with these actives I'll mention later on, you're going to be breaking down those skin barriers. So you'll want that sunscreen to block the sun from breaking them down even more and making you break out again as I would before. So the sunscreen I recommend it to put on in the morning if you're on the dry side. It's what I personally use. It'll be Dermatology. They have a universal moisturizing sunscreen. It is SPF 46. And this is extremely light. I go with the tinted version, that way it hides a little bit of my scarring I still have. Yeah, you could also go untinted, totally up to you. If you're on the oily side, I would recommend Elta MD. They have an SPF 46. This one is a lot clearer, a lot lighter too. Goes down on your skin extremely easy. If you are active all the time, if you're outdoors, consider having an active sunscreen on you all the time. For that, I would use Think Sport. Think Sport is extremely light. They have an SPF 50. You just apply that as you go. I'm still really bad at it. I do it about every 3 hours. They say 2, sometimes they even go 4. Try your best. Remember, something is better than nothing. So if you remember 5 hours later, hey, at least you still put it on, right? So once we've covered the sunscreen in the morning, at night, you'll be using your active. Step number 4. This is the most important part, because if you're not treating your acne with an active, you're never going to solve your acne. You can have the best products out there. You need actives. For your first active, you'll want to focus on your retinoid. Retinoid will be your primary active. I use mine 5 nights a week. You can go ahead and try yours for 2. See how it reacts with your skin. You don't want to overwhelm it. For this, I would recommend La Roche-Posay. They have an adapalene cream. Give this a try. It is fantastic. Amazing results. And for your exfoliant, this is your harsher chemical. This one's a little bit tricky, y'all. So from my experience, I would use Paula's Choice. This was a viral skincare product, and it wrecked my skin. It was too much. I had really inflammatory acne. So I went to my dermatologist, and they recommended benzoyl peroxide. Benzoyl peroxide seems to be a lot better for inflammatory acne. It really dries them out. So let's say you have a big bump, you can spot treat it if you'd like, or just cover your whole face if you have a few. But it really dries out that acne. Go ahead and give benzoyl peroxide a try first. For benzoyl peroxide, I would recommend, again, La Roche-Posay. They carry a 5% benzoyl peroxide. It is a little bit heavier. You'll want to do this 2 times a week. So 2 times a week, not with your retinoid, completely separate. So let's say for myself, I said I do 5 times a week of retinoid, and I do 2 times a week of my exfoliant. So once you've given benzoyl peroxide a try, get rid of that inflammatory acne, you are going to want to switch to another chemical active. So go ahead and stop using that 2 times a week benzoyl peroxide and switch to 2 times a week of salicylic acid. Now the product I would recommend for this would be Paula's Choice. They carry a 2% BHA salicylic acid. This product went viral for a while, and it's for good reasons. It really helps replenish those skin barriers. Make sure to get rid of any acne scars left from your acne. Now again, you're going to want to use this 2 times a week, not with your retinoid. Keep that completely separate. Like myself, I'll be doing retinoid 5 times a week and my exfoliant Paula's Choice 2 times a week. So there it is, 4 easy steps. Your cleanser, nice and gentle. You'll want a moisturizer, nice and moisturizing. A sunscreen to protect you from that harsh UV from the sun. And your active to actually actively work on your acne. If this video was helpful, please drop down a like, subscribe. I'll be making updates on how my skin is doing. Hopefully I don't have to use treatments, but you never know with acne. You need to take time with it. I've been doing this for about 10 months. I visited my dermatologist in October, so we'll see how much longer the scarring will take. Best of luck with your acne, y'all. I understand this is a devastating thing. It's tons of insecurities that stem from mine, and you're not alone. So discipline, keep to it, y'all. Y'all be able to get that acne gone in no time. Let me know if I could do anything better, y'all, down in the comments. Leave any sort of suggestions. Perhaps you could share your story with acne, help others overcome theirs. Y'all take care. I'll see you next time.